Thank you, Albert.
Don't get run over by the Batmobile.
I destroy that shit, man.
Are you live now?
I'm live the second. I'm always on live.
And say A live.
Oh, why is YouTube such a douche?
Scoot your ass over.
Shut up. Oh, fucking shit. I pounded your mother last night. What is up the chat? What are you doing?
My phone? What's it look like? Oh. Did you see that weather video that Angel had posted hours ago?
Which one?
Oh, it was it's called like Hillbilly Weather or something. The guy's doing the whole thing. It kind of sounds like it's like the Trailer Park Boys doing it because it's like fuck shit cock balls every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I just wish they let you do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying?
That's why he does it online because they can't censor you if you own the website. And the guy posts. He has a page on Facebook and he posts the shit right there too. She sent me that. I loved it. I went and actually liked and followed the page and shit. And the guy, it's only over in New Hampshire, so if you watch that, it's basically get the same basic weather. If he says a snowstorm's gonna hit, then we might get some of it. What's with the facepalm fucking thumbnail?
I don't know. Trying to do something new.
I don't know. Looks interesting, but
Are you happy I called the stream something else?
oh wow, shocker! And you know, you're bitching about me, bitching about what you call it, and yet you're sitting here. Why does Goofy Girl label them with letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G? Well, why does he do that? And then all you change is the name of the day at the end of Let's Talk. What do you want, The View?
I know what I'd love to do. I always hear on the radio that I would love to do is be a radio talk show host.
Radio talk show host. You know, it's kind of a dying profession. Has been for a while.
Yeah, everyone listens to radio.
Yeah, in their car, and they barely listen to it, and a lot of those talk shows don't really get listened to. Most of the time, they'll go to a music channel, and that's it. And most people, a lot of people don't even listen to the radio anymore, dude. Fucking, they have iPod jacks and shit in their car, and Bluetooth like you got.
I don't know. I was on a radio show, actually, if anybody believes it or not. I was on Castleton College. But, you know. How's the snow?
Shitty.
It's about up to 6 inches already. Yeah, I was on Castleton's, you know Castleton College has a radio show? It's run by students.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
I was on that. I was interviewed on it.
Interviewed for what?
Sports
Most
talk.
likely to fail or something?
Sports talks.
Sports talks, like...
Yeah, this guy was running...
You never played a sport.
I played 4 years of football.
Come on, you weren't any good. Come on.
Well, no, I wasn't freaking NFL, but...
fucking Eli Manning over here.
No.
I don't even like football. I just picked the person's name that I knew because they were like freaking TV show.
Hey, Bub Brendan. I gave your nickname away to a coworker of mine. It's funny. She gets mad when I call her that.
What's the nickname?
Bubba.
Bubba?
Yeah.
That's funny.
How's the snow in Pulteney? Is it bad, good, worse? Dude, I remember like the worst storm I've ever lived through in my lifetime was this. They called it the Valentine's Day storm. We got like 4 feet. Yeah, we're probably gonna hopefully venture out to Cumbies. See how that works. Oh, over a foot? Wow. My fat ass isn't going outside and use a measuring stick. I just go up and go look out the window and go, about 4 inches, about 6 inches.
Oh, Christ.
I'm still upset about the horror stories.
What do you mean?
I just thought that's. I never got so emotionally attached to a character in my life.
You fell asleep before you finished that episode, didn't you? Yeah, you're not gonna like the ending of that episode you fell asleep during.
What happened?
I'm not telling you. You're gonna have to watch it, but you ain't gonna like it.
Oh, in this horror stories, there's this little girl. She's from India. She's a real person. It's actually a real person playing this character, and she's like
really,
2 feet.
is in the show and in real life is the smallest woman in existence, and she's actually our age. I thought she was older.
She's a 24-year-old woman from India,
2 foot 1 inches,
and she has a squeaky voice. And then in the movie, the head carny like uses her as a cuddle buddy, and the sick people on American Horror Stories. I was so mad. Like I think
there's a scientist that he's obsessed with getting
freaks.
And any anomaly he can find so he can sell it to museums for money.
Yeah, so they're like, she's like 2 feet 1 inch, and they put her in a jar and what is it called?
He gave his assistant, who's she's undercover as a fortune teller psychic at the freak show, and
she's not really a psychic though.
And the guy gave her a choice. She's like, cut off your boyfriend's lobster claws or kill the little girl.
So like they haven't killed her, but like they do in this show is they'll do like for instances, and they put her in a big jar and filled it up and drowned her in like formaldehyde. I was more upset about that than hearing that scare when Daryl almost died. She's so cute. Like I want one of them. I want one. She's so cute, cuddly, and
look at him talking about talking about the poor girl like she's a thing.
I know. It's so hard because she looks like a doll, but she
Still
talks.
A person.
I know I have a weird mind, but that made me upset today. Thank God they didn't kill her though. She's still alive.
Oh, what's that?
Thank God she's still alive. Even Matt said he got upset she died.
Like I said.
What? So what's everyone up doing tonight? We did a live stream earlier, but had to go do some stuff and I had to cut it short. So here we are again for your entertainment. Oh, actually, who wants to hear a dirty joke?
Just you Liz. Well, isn't it kind of like hearing a dirty joke every time we have to look at your face?
You're fucking funny. What's the difference between a hooker and a drug dealer?
Your face.
A hooker can wash her crack and resell it.
Wow.
What did the banana say to the vibrator? Why are you shaking? She's gonna eat me.
Why are you shaking? She's gonna eat me.
That's fucked up. What's the best part about sex with a 28-year-old? 28-year-olds. Because there are 20 of them. I get that one.
Wait, say it again.
What's the best part about sex with 28-year-olds?
There's 20 of them. Oh.
What?
What's the... Okay. You think they're saying 28-year-olds.
You know, it's kind of fucked up that you know about that.
No, I just could think about how it was phrased, and I've heard the joke before, dude.
Yeah, it's kind of gross. What would you call? What would you call a lesbian dinosaur? Lick a
Um,
lot of puss.
Lickalotopus, really?
Yeah.
Well, you kind of had to name this one something else, didn't you? Because what are you gonna do? Name it Let's Talk Wednesday Part 2.
Who is in the chat tonight? Hope everyone is watching this is staying warm. Well, no, we're not. We're freaking freezing over here. It's cold in here. Hi, all the new
It was
viewers.
crazy, and I went outside and measured. Measured what? The snow?
Angela didn't go out there and measure.
I highly doubt she did that.
I doubt
you
that.
lazy ass.
But I heard people around us like Windsor County's gonna get more than what we're getting.
Angela, check your freaking Facebook Messenger. I sent you a photo. I did your dishes. Said you happy? Oh, okay. Just barely replied to it too. Barely got her message. Yep. She says, "LOL, thank you."
We got a foot of snow. Doubt it. Them don't look no foot of snow out there. How much is in Wisconsin, Bonnie? How many inches of snow are on the ground in Wisconsin?
Wisconsin?
Next time we go out there, you should go with us.
Wisconsin. When you going to Wisconsin again? See the cheeseheads.
Actually, it's pretty fucking dope out at the Dells.
I've never actually been. I don't think I've ever been west of like New York.
3-4 inches? Oh, come on.
I don't think I've ever been west of New York. I've only been up and down the eastern seaboard, and then that's it. Between here and the south, and that's it.
Dude,
I've only been to Jersey once,
I was
and that's because
thinking,
we went
like,
a long way around.
I would love to live in Florida.
Florida? I wasn't impressed. A few times I saw it.
You didn't go to
And
good
again,
parts
that
of
was
Florida.
northern Florida.
Yeah.
I wasn't very impressed. And I wasn't.
Oh,
very,
it stopped snowing over there?
I wasn't very impressed by Jacksonville either.
Yeah, didn't you tell me Jacksonville has a murder every day?
Oh, I don't know if that was it was like an exaggeration, but because we lived so close to the Florida line, that was the closest big city. Like the closest one is Burlington. That's why we get their news on the local channels. You know what I mean? But so that was what we got for local channel news was Jacksonville. And fucking Jesus Christ, it was like a murder every day. And I swear to Christ, if they skipped a day or a couple of days, there was enough murders the next day to make up for it. And it most of the time had to do with drugs and stupid bullshit.
We're getting nailed with snow. Welcome to Vermont, where we got abundance of syrup and snow.
3 to 4 inches. You want to switch?
Yeah, what, Bonnie, we'll switch with you. We'll take the 3 or 4. You could take the
2 feet.
Yeah, whatever. No, actually, Bonnie does a taxi driving, so I don't want her out there on the roads when it's really bad.
Taxi driving. That's a pain in the ass business, isn't it?
Oh my gosh. When I lived in Maine, I had a taxi to work. Oh my gosh.
You drove a taxi?
No, I took taxi to work.
Oh, I took a taxi to work.
I couldn't do it.
You didn't killing somebody, especially in Rutland. Oh, I heard that's a pain in the ass.
Story time. This is actually a great little story.
Just keep it there, she says.
Okay. I was just wondering if this is going to go quick out as it usually does around this moment. But I'll start the story. So I lived in Fairfield, Maine for a year or whatever. And I worked in Waterville.
Mm-hmm.
So I rode the taxi so much you create an account with them.
Uh-huh.
And you pay them every payday. So one night when I was coming home, it was like, um, the guy's like, "Hey, do you mind if I pick up these two people and take them where they need to be?" Because I knew him. I was like, "Oh, whatever. I could use a ride, whatever." I think he was going to give me a good deal or something like that. So he picks up this couple.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting in the front seat. They're sitting in the back seat. They're pretty quiet. So they get to one spot and says, "Oh shit, I forgot my money at my apartment." So they went upstairs to this place they wanted to go. They come back to the car. Then we went back to the place where he picked them up, and he's like, "Dude, I'm sorry. It's takes so long to take you home." I'm like, "Whatever." That's like, stop at the tobacco store and when we get a chance, and I get some chew and whatever. But so we go back to the apartment. They go upstairs. They come back downstairs. They want to go somewhere different. So the guy's like, "Whatever. It's going to be an extra charge of whatever." So we drop them off at this next place. It's like a duplex and shady spot of Waterville. And they run out of the car
Oh yeah.
without paying the cab. Run out of the car and don't even pay the cab. The cab driver's like that face.
What the fuck?
So he goes up to this door he saw him run into, and it's like, knock, knock. And he knock. He's like, "I know you're in there, blah, 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 blah." And then this other person comes out to the car. This big, how do I say this? Person that looks like he could collect a check every month. Very upstanding citizen. He comes up, "Get the fuck out of here. This is my property, blah, 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 blah." I'm sitting in the car like, "Oh boy, we're going to get shot." Like, then the cab driver, like, this cab driver is like 55 years old. And he's like, "Not today. You're not screwing me out of a fare." So he keeps knocking on the door, and the guy comes back with another guy. So this keeps going on, and like, the cab driver must have said that he's going to call the cops.
Yeah.
And they got mad. They got mad.
Well.
So he goes back in the car.
You have the right to call a cab or call the cops because.
So he gets back in the car.
Technically theft.
And I forget what the company is called. So he gets back in the car. And he's like, "Roll up your window." I'm like, "Why?" And these two guys come out and they're like fucking yelling at us, "Get out of your car, we're gonna kick your ass." I'm like, "I'm just here for the fucking problem." It was funny. Like these two big guys. Not the two people that went in the house. I don't know where they went.
Probably just hiding in there like little bitches.
And these two guys. Okay, we're back. So, to catch up the speed, the two guys were outside of the car, like kicking the tires, kicking the fender, wanting to fight me and this cab driver. And this cab driver's 50, like, he was 50, I forget how old he is. He was older. And the guy's like, "Oh, what do we do? What do we do?" I'm like, "You called the cops, right?" So he's like, Yeah. So the police took like 10 minutes, and they come out here and they put the two guys and like restrained them. I don't
Zip ties or handcuffs or something.
No, they just like told them, "Back the fuck up, back the fuck up." So this is no. So the guy cop goes like, "They're in the house. I want my fare." So the guy's like, "Okay." So the guy's thinking, so he goes in there, "Are these two people here?" And the two guys lied. And then they asked me, "Hey, did you see them go in the house?" I was like, "Yes." And the two guys were like yelling and screaming, and they were like drug addicts. And the two people that ran in and tried to ditch the cab fare weren't fucking very much pretty. So it turns out we stayed there like 30 minutes. And then the cop says, "Well, we can't do nothing. You have to leave." So he had to leave without no fare. And I got a free ride out of it because he's like, "Well, my boss says that you get a free fare or whatever." Blah, blah, blah.
You had to deal with it.
Yeah. I thought I was going to get shot. There's a lot of stories of Maine. One night I was walking home from work. It was nice.
So he didn't even get the fare from that other thing, huh?
No, he said you had to take him to court.
That's fucked up.
And he didn't know their names. So I was walking. I was walking by this gas station where I worked. Was a nice area, but to get home I had to walk through the ghetto, kind of, sort of. So this black car pulls in the gas station. I'm walking by. It's like 10:30 at night. It's like an hour walk home. It was a nice, beautiful day. So these guys pulled up. I don't know what it is in Vermont, Maine, but he got. They told him he had to leave. He couldn't. You know, like, I don't know how that worked, but he didn't get his money. The cop told him like you have to take him to court. You have to take it through legal matters, and they owed him like, I think like $30 or something like that because he had to go back and forth, whatever.
Oh, is this when you were living with the Wicked Witch of the Lobster State?
Yep. So, back to the gas station story. So, I never know what happened to this part. So, this black like car pulls in this tinted windows, gangster car.
Yeah.
I mean,
like one of those blacked out Escalades or something.
Yeah, no, it was a car. Just pulls in this gas station. I mean, like pulls into it, and this guy sitting out front of the gas station smoking a cigarette. I mean, these guys busted out of this freaking car, took the guy, punched him in the stomach.
Okay, go back a little bit. I'm sorry, I was looking at this. So, somebody came up to this car, pulled up, and what?
It was it was a Cumbies, I think it was, or it was some type of gas station. The guy's out front smoking a cigarette, and this car comes in. A whole bunch of these, like 5 guys come out. One goes, bam!
The guy smoking a cigarette?
Yeah, punches the guy in the stomach and was smoking a cigarette.
Why?
Grabs him because he had long hair. Grabs him by the hair, fucking drags him in the car, and he's like screaming and like, I'm like, oh shit!
Wait, so why the fuck were they beating up this guy?
I don't know. I wasn't stopping and asking. So they throw him in the car. One guy gets on the other side of the other guy, and they burn off, and all you could hear is like this guy yelling. Like yelling. It was like freaky.
That's fucked up.
I don't know whatever happened.
Call the police or nothing?
Me? Hell no.
Sounds like a kidnapping to me, man.
Yeah. I had a 30-minute walk, and they had a car. I'm not gonna fuck with that shit. Fuck that.
All you needed was a phone and a license plate number.
They weren't afraid of pulling him out of the middle of nowhere. And the state of Vermont issued all power work,
Dude, you're still.
State of Vermont issued a thing saying that everyone with not necessary jobs like car accidents and stuff like that, trees down, they can do it, but anything other than emergencies are canceled till Friday or possibly till Saturday because they need the town trucks to plow or state trucks to plow. But I'm sitting here thinking like those bitches don't fucking do their job. Literally, like I guarantee my road's not fucking plowed yet. But yeah. We live out in the fucking middle of nowhere.
East bumblefuck.
No, the sign of nowhere is 50 miles away from us.
Yeah. Middle of nowhere.
Oh, really?
It's actually a nice little place.
I'm surprised. They don't fucking maintain this road.
Well, what did she write? Oh, I'm not on the chat.
You remember when I said that I bet our road hasn't been plowed? It's been plowed. Our driveway hasn't. That's a shocker.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, your landlord seems so active on... They seem like they're right on that, don't they?
Yeah. No. So what's
What? Oh,
what do you used to do on snow days when you were in school? Stuff you can't.
uh, when I actually used to enjoy going outside and enjoying the fresh air, freaking, we used to love to freaking go outside and throw ourselves in the biggest snowbank we could find and go sledding and shit. Because when we were when I was mainly growing up before I was a teenager and shit, we lived in West Rutland for 6 years. If we wanted to go sledding, we'd just go 3 houses down to the school parking lot, or not the parking lot, but
Toboggan Hill.
Well, no, we didn't. My mom didn't want to walk through the big ass field, so we just did that. We just go down that other one.
Oh, by the playground?
Well, the one that led into the playground, that big ass steep hill that led to like the soccer field.
Oh.
Because you had to go to that one, down that one, but it was a steep hill, but it's only like 3 feet long or something. And then occasionally, when she had the energy, we did go up to Toboggan Hill, but she never wanted to walk the entire way up it, so we'd go like, I don't know, quarter of the way or some shit.
Angela, I used to do the snow caves too. Snow caves. Where's your snowmobile? Still work in progress. Still work in progress, the sled. Actually, I don't think I've... Because when I found it, when I got it, the tank was so fucking cloggy, smelly, it was... The fucking fuel pump was fucking gone.
What was?
On my sled.
Oh. Oh, I was talking about, like, fucking, you know, kids' sleds, like the wood ones with the metal thing on the bottom, or inner tubes, or those little cheap plastic ones.
Oh, no, she asked me in
made
the
from
chat.
the plastic of the snow. Or made from
I used to like
plastic
going
of
about Toboggan Hill.
tubes. Toboggan Hill was fun.
That was scary.
I never went down from the very, very top. Only from, like, halfway, I think, is the highest
Shovel
you can
Angela a
take us.
path home.
Who says that?
Her mom. Yeah, get right on that, Bonnie.
Yeah, because that's not a lot of ground to cover. It's totally like he has a plow on his frickin' Nissan.
I don't think they make plows for that year.
I don't think they make plows for that model.
That's the joke.
Well, you said for that year.
So, Bonnie, when are you coming out to Vermont? It's a good time to come out.
Yeah, it's a perfect time to come out. Isn't it like tropical outside? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can see the palm trees in the distance and shit.
She might get lost in the snow, yeah, so she might. Herself, she might get lost in the snow.
Maybe.
I'm expecting to hear at 11:02. Help! Help!
Yeah, with her short, stumpy little legs, she'll fall into a snowbank and won't be able to get back out.
See, help! Help!
Well, fuck, I'm stuck. I might as well smoke a cigarette.
I think me and Matt are gonna go sleep at 11. Wouldn't that be fucking mean?
We'll just lock the door and freaking just go chill out, freaking watch some TV, pass out on the couches.
Los Angeles outside freezing. What would you call? What would you call her? A snow woman?
Snow hobbit.
I don't understand.
What?
I can't wait to go to Florida.
You can't wait to go to Florida. Fuck Florida. Bitches. Wish I could go to fucking Florida before the snow's gone.
You know what I want to do?
What?
I want to tell Sean to take... trying to sell the casino trip.
You gonna tell Sean a what?
What?
You said something about telling Sean to do something.
Tell John to shut your heat off in your house.
Oh. John, not Sean. Well, that won't be very hard. That frickin' system's already so shitty, it fucking will probably just shut itself off.
Matt's up here covered in a blanket. I'm down in Florida.
I wouldn't even be surprised if by the time I've gotten back to the house, if they haven't had to do it, if he hasn't had to come back and fix it again. Because it seems like this is the winter it's going to die. It's probably only got like another year, maybe 2 in it. Maybe.
Probably the freaking heater's freaking 100 years old.
It's at least like 15 to 30 years old. Thing's old. It's rusted. It looks like it was built a while ago. And the little motor thing that runs all of it, I guess you should call it the igniter or something. That thing fucking looks like a boat motor from an old 60s fucking motorboat.
Okay. So, Bonnie. What was I going to ask her? I fucking had a blonde moment there for a minute. Who else is in the chat? Say something. Oh, yeah. When we go on a cruise, man, I heard there's those, what's those called? Naked beaches.
When you end this live stream, make sure you...
What's the thing when they name storms? I don't understand it.
What?
Why do they name storms?
They only name them if they're a certain... if they're big enough, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but why name them?
I don't know what the idea of that was. I guess so that you can remember...
The storm.
You can remember the storm if it was big enough, like Katrina or Irene. You can say,
Where were you?
Shit, do you remember what happened during Irene? Where was I?
Yeah, Katrina. Were you down south?
I was at Job Corps. That was like 2011, right?
No, Katrina.
Oh, Katrina? 2005?
Were you down south?
Was that 2005? 2006?
Anybody in the chat know when Katrina was? Post it in the chat. I don't know when Katrina was. I think it was...
I'm pretty sure I was in Georgia because I think we didn't get any of the actual hurricane. We got like
wind.
A lot of wind, yeah. Because I think that was the...
Yeah, Hurricane Katrina. What year was Hurricane Katrina?
It's like 2005 or 6, right? I think it was like 2006.
I know I was young as fuck.
Well, yeah, we were only like 14. I'm pretty sure it was like 06 because we moved there in 05, and I'm pretty sure it was the next hurricane season, which is in like, the early part of the year, right? That's when hurricane season is?
Yeah. I heard it was pretty bad down there after.
Well, yeah, we got a lot of wind. That was about all we got. Like, it was so powerful that it actually knocked a tree over into our backyard.
Missed your house.
It actually, if it actually had fallen that direction, it would have been in my bedroom. But it actually fell the other way, and it was, it went through the roof of our garage/shed.
Oh, that sucked. Get all the way there and have expired passports. How long is passports are valid? Like licenses?
Peru for a month on a cruise. I dropped her at Chicago airport. I flew to California. Oh, she flew to California, and she took an expired passport. Taxi drive from friggin' Wisconsin to Chicago airport.
I want to do snorkeling down in like the Caribbean. Snorkeling down in the Caribbean, that'd be awesome.
Well, I would love to do not snorkeling, but scuba diving, like in the Caribbean, like go down and see the bottom of the ocean a little deeper than freaking snorkeling. Snorkeling.
I'm afraid of what's in there.
Well, obviously, the people that take you, because they have to have instructors and shit, are not going to take you somewhere where you're going to get eaten by some fucking shark. You might be able to see them in the distance, but they're not going to take you like right where they are. And when you do go do that, usually they're in one of those cages that they can't get into. No, but will this summer? What? Snorkeling?
We're going to take a whole bunch of us. We're going to hike the Appalachian Trail. Good part of it. Me, Matt.
Yeah.
Brandon. A whole bunch of people.
I've been hiking forever.
Matt would be like, he'd call in. He's like, I can't do this today.
I could do it. I haven't been hiking in a long time. Jesus Christ, I haven't been hiking since I was in the Scouts, so that's at least freaking 9 years, because I finished in 2010, so...
I mean, like 60-mile hike.
Oof. That's a 60-mile hike. You can fuck yourself. We talking about one day, or are you talking about like camping in the middle here and there?
Well, every 10 miles, camp. Every 10 miles, camp.
Oh, you're only planning on doing like 10 miles a day?
Yeah.
That's not too horrible. Freaking, we had to camp 14 miles to a campsite once. Like, that's the only way you could get there. One of the campsites we went to one time was you had to hike like 14, 15 miles in to get to it.
Yeah, that's not great.
They weren't the greatest trails either, because you had to fucking like walk across these logs, across streams too.
What was the storm's called? Quinn?
What?
The storm called.
Katrina?
No, this one.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't even know this one had a name. What? Just ask what's the current nor'eastern?
Well, Angel said it like 10 minutes ago.
This is nor'eastern Quinn. Northeastern Quinn. I didn't even know they could. I didn't even know they named some storms northeastern. I might not have anything on it yet. Not until after it's actually over. You read the description in?
Yeah. Dominic the donkey. Dominic the donkey.
32 minutes ago.
Let's try to get to 60 subscribers, guys. I feel like we could do it tonight.
How many are you at?
58.
Oh, that's not too bad then.
Dominic the donkey. Hey, I'm gonna butter your bread. I'm gonna butter your bread. You know that? We'll be Rick and Bobby.
Rick and Bobby?
But we'd make sure we get a winch on the front of the truck so just in case we get stuck.
Bobby.
I haven't seen our friend from Japan.
No, not.
Last couple days.
Was he in the last one yesterday?
No. Hope he's doing well, though. If Japan, if you watch this later on, we're thinking about you. Shinikiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. Hi, Cheyenne. Oh my gosh, it's Cheyenne. 5 likes. 1,000 likes. I'll chop Matt's wiener off.
Fuck you.
You know what we should do? It'd be pretty funny.
What?
We should do wax your chest on live stream.
How about no?
Why?
This Just no.
That's a good idea.
No. Just fucking no.
We need more wax.
Yeah, guess what? It ain't worth that. Fuck are you doing? You gonna wax your unibrow or something?
Fuck you. I don't have a unibrow.
Well, that's the area you put it on.
My forehead.
Where? It looks like you put it right here. Fuck you put? I can't even see it. Oh, that is your unibrow area.
I don't have a fucking unibrow.
Well,
Do I look pretty?
No, fuck you ain't.
Oh shit! I got it. Ow! Ow!
You must have a little bit of one.
No, my mustache. Because real men have facial hair.
I'm sorry, I actually shave.
You can't grow facial hair.
I'm trying to get fucking this Grizzly Adams thing, but right now I'm all patchy. Patchy the pirate.
Yeah, Patchy the butt pirate.
I wouldn't be surprised. I've seen that character on air.
Why did Netflix have to get rid of Family Guy? Actually, they got rid of all Seth MacFarlane's fucking work.
I think
Majority of it.
I think it's that they didn't renew their contract or something. Or people were probably bitching that it wasn't family oriented or something.
They should make a channel out there on TV that swears, naked, nudity, violence.
Actually, well, it's not on TV because they can't. FCC won't allow that on actual TV.
Why?
But technically, they created the boys that do Trailer Park Boys, the three of them.
Yeah.
They created a website that called SwearNet.
Yeah.
And they're actually the ones, they personally, because they own the rights now, they were the ones that signed the contract with Netflix to put it on Netflix. Or Trailer Park Boys on Netflix. And they have a website, you can pay a monthly subscription, and they have tons of their own shows, some of it revolving around Trailer Park Boys, some of it just around them doing stupid shit, and they personally did this so they could swear and drink and do whatever, and nobody could say jack shit about it.
That's wrong with our society today. There's too many butthurt Nancys in this world. I think it's funny that people blame mass shootings on video games. There's so much more things you could blame it on than fucking video games.
Yeah, let me go take my plasma rifle and go shoot up a school.
Yeah, let's go take my what's it called? It's an imaginary gun, stormtrooper gun.
So that's a plasma rifle.
Oh, I fucking know the fucking thing. Nerd.
It's just common nerd knowledge that most guns that shoot laser beams are made of plasma.
You and me. The world. The FTC.
Nope. Offline again.
Do you remember Friday After Next movie?
Which one's that? Is that the
Ice
Christmas
Cube.
one, or is that the
Well, just that series. Or
Friday After? Yeah, that is the Christmas one. Yeah. Friday After Next. That's the Christmas one where they're working as security guards for that Armenian guy. That was funny.
Ice Cube's in it.
That one was funny. Yeah. Well, no, he's in every single one of them. He's the main character. I was just trying to figure.
I like that old man. He goes, "That barbecue's so good, it makes you want to slap your mom."
He actually slaps his mom, and she slaps him right back.
That's so funny. Barbecue's like so good, smack your mama. They make a special place in hell for us.
Especially for you.
I broke down and got a Snapchat.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I broke down and finally created an Instagram account today.
You did?
Yeah, I was bored and I said, fuck it, I'll create one just so I could put a link on my Facebook.
You'll be right back? Okay. I think everyone's busy tonight. No one wants to come in and chat. I wish I was a millionaire. Then I can go start. Why does people put their junk on there and just sell it?
Well, yeah, because there's this thing on Facebook that people do a lot of garage sale shit. Like, there's one in Rutland, the Rutland Online Garage Sale or whatever the group's called.
Yeah, I'm on Real Man's Garage Sale.
What's that?
Real Man's Garage Sale.
Huh. Looks like a bunch of
junk.
Like, literally a bunch of junk. I mean, well, we'll gotta go down. That car doesn't look too shabby. It doesn't look like it's in too bad a shape. But what is that?
Snowmobile.
Is that a snowmobile? Is that a plow in the front?
No.
Can't even tell from here.
That's just a really old snowmobile.
Looks like a bumper car almost. That's not a too bad looking truck. What is
That's
that?
what you need.
Is that a rascal?
Well, it's a Pronto M41 wheelchair electric.
It's basically a rascal.
Yeah. You need one of those.
I'm not that fat yet. Or blind.
You can take one of those with you. Tony. Ooh, that's nice on a truck. 93, 2,500. Who would buy a Porsche up here? So stupid.
Likes. At least that's what mine says.
Yeah, that's what mine says too. Old. Where did it come from? Hold on. Right, okay. We heard a knock. Wait, if it's a ghost, what's the next gonna do?
You'll die with a weapon in your hand. Oh, it's upstairs.
There's no upstairs.
Is there no upstairs?
No, we're on the top floor.
Came from like there. I heard a creak in the roof.
I am not the part of that demon
Is
shit.
there an attic?
No, wait. Yeah,
So it's the landlord or whoever could be up
they're
in the
sleeping. They always go to sleep at 7.
attic. He doesn't have to work tonight?
No.
Fucking creepy. What's the point of having this clock in here? If I'm gonna hang it up on the wall.
Wouldn't that be creepy that big test that thing and Walt just like lifted his head and walked out?
That, you know that shit like the Grudge or whatever, where the head turns all the way around.
Dude, I'd run out of this house barefoot. You could have the house. Everything in the house. Oh my gosh, guys. We heard it
Somebody it sounded like somebody knocked.
this house is haunted. It was like this. And we have no upstairs neighbors. Our neighbor next door is sleeping.
When I went in your bedroom, it sounded like somebody was up. It sounded like a creak up the ceiling. Like somebody was walking upstairs. Like it's like what I hear from my upstairs neighbors at my place.
Yeah, dude, we're haunted. Do you ever tell you the stories?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Story time with the Mad Vermonter. Okay. Yeah, failing that life.
Oh.
Okay, so I was in that bed, right? Where the bed, nothing's moved. Only thing that's moved.
Somehow I magically found one of Angela's hairs touching nothing.
Wait, let me see.
Holy shit. It's got to be hers, unless you got pubes that long.
It's red.
Red?
I don't have red hair.
I have a tinge of red, but I don't have hair that long.
We found a red hair.
I have a tinge of red in my hair, but not that long.
That's from some demon shit. And Angela don't have red hair.
Get off of me. Nasty.
So, okay, back to my story. Thanks for the like, whoever did that. Remember, I'm trying to get to 60 subscribers tonight. So, I was laying in bed, and Angela was back when she worked days.
Yeah.
Or, no. Yeah, days. And I was laying in bed, so I heard this, very faint from Cheyenne's room.
Yeah.
Little girl crying.
Yeah.
I will swear on my nephews. Anything you want, I'll swear on. Crying. And the door is shut like it's always shut. So I walk up to the door and I'm like, our neighbor's a solo single woman.
Oh, I thought she had a husband or something.
No, she's the only one over there. So I kept crying. So I walked over to the door. I'm like, I touched the door. I'm like, and I'm just sitting there thinking the possibilities. First I thought it was one of my nephews over here, but no one was here. So I asked the question. I'm like, are you okay? And then it was like a weirdest thing. It's like cry, go to bed. So I turned my fat ass around and went back to bed. True story.
You actually swear the thing said go to bed?
No, it said go to bed. It was like, go to bed.
In a really deep voice?
No, kid's voice.
Shit.
Then, Angela could contest to this one. I was laying in bed, and I rolled over, and I happened to open my eyes. And that little spot between the bed and the door, there was this, homeless, I want to say homeless looking guy.
Space between the bed. You sleep on
this side, close to the door.
Alright, and the little space between
the door and the bed.
Yeah.
Right next to me. I rolled over, and his face was, right
next
there.
to you?
And he was sitting there like this.
What looked like he was playing a harmonica or something?
No. We'll think about that.
So Angela says, I think you should shovel the walkway for me.
We'll think about it. Back to the story. So this guy's sitting there. So I jump. Ask Angela. Jump to scare her out of sleep. And I'm sitting there like this. Mm-hmm. And there was no one there, she said. I jumped out of the fucking bed. Then one night, I woke up. And you know where that by the TV on her side, there was a woman dressed in the old, big fucking poofy dresses.
Mm-hmm.
Staring at Angela.
And she didn't see this. She did.
She was sleeping. It was like that thing where you wake up and okay, love you, peace.
Well, who's leaving? See you soon. What time is it? Oh,
10.
10.
She has to get off because of they start coming in. And what else happened? When we lived on the other apartment, You must have been there, right? Not this one, the other one.
I was there like once before you moved back in with your parents.
Okay. So we were over in that apartment, and I had a phone similar to yours, a straight talk phone.
Yeah.
3 nights in a row. First night, some it said unknown number called me.
Oh shit.
Picked it up. We don't get service out here. Mind everyone, we don't get service. Calls. I pick up. No one answers. It's just like static. So I hang up. Next night, I'm like, I'm not gonna have this fucking shit happen. I just thought it was like a fluke thing. So I turned the phone off.
Yeah.
Same time. Wrong. Turned itself on and rang.
Yeah.
Answered it. Still static. The third night, I was like, okay. Maybe the phone's just glitching out. I took the battery out, put the phone in the nightstand, shut the nightstand thing.
Yeah.
Same time. It rang again. With no battery in it.
No battery in it.
Some freaky ass shit.
Can I get about 2 ounces of what you want?
You can have everything I have. I do believe in ghosts heavily. That's why I don't have to fuck
So
with them.
I take it you'd be really up for like that show Ghost Hunters, like a Vermont version of doing that.
It wouldn't be professional.
Well,
Once I saw something walk across the screen or walk.
Well,
by
that's
me.
why it would be more of a comedy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit! Fuck all this.
And one time, you don't see what that picture of my mom and me are?
Right next to the bathroom.
Yeah, on the other side of the door where the bathroom is.
Uh-huh.
Me, Cheyenne, and I think a couple other people were sitting here playing cards or
Uh-huh.
talking or something like that at the table. The picture flew from that side and hit the cabinets over here.
Bullshit.
Cheyenne, if you're in here, comment and tell them that happened. Remember the picture over here flew across the room?
Bull fucking malarkey.
You don't believe me, but it's true.
It's probably the woman leaving.
It's not 10:45.
Well, could just be going outside, dude.
Okay. So it flew across the flew across the thing, and then when I went into the laundry room, Cheyenne, if you're in here, tell it it's true. Cheyenne was by the door. I was in the laundry room.
Uh-huh.
Something pushed me against the wall, slammed the door shut. The mirror was a mirror right here of behind the door in the laundry room.
Uh-huh.
Flew back. And I was sitting there, first thing in my head was like, Cheyenne. I yelled Cheyenne. I was like, stop fucking with me. But it was not her. She was over here, and Angela over here.
You got 6 likes for watching.
6 people watching.
Oh, I think it keeps glitching it. I've clicked liked like twice. It even adds it to my liked video.
New to the channel. Don't be afraid to comment, like, subscribe. We're trying to get to 60 tonight.
What's this? Looks like there's a blizzard in New York City.
Anybody new to the channel, hit the like, subscribe, comment, talk. We're talking right now about ghost stuff.
You know what else would be cool? Fucking in the middle of the summer.
What?
We might have to do it at my place if I can get Dallas to let us use the his little fire pit. Fucking sit around the fire pit and look some up online and see if we can come up with someone ourselves and tell ghost stories.
Ghost story. Oh.
It'd be kind of cool.
What else? Anything else happened to me? How was that? Oh no, let's not tell that story. That story always creeps me out.
The only thing I can remember like that is I don't even know if it was even true, right? Because I don't really believe in ghosts that much. But you know how in every neighborhood there's that one little place the kids say don't go to, it's haunted or this or that.
Yeah.
Do you remember the one for West Rutland, or at least for the school? before they tore it down and they paved it over for
The
like
house right next door to it, right?
well, in the way back corner, right? Way
Yeah.
back corner. Like they made it, I guess it became part. They tore it down and they paved it over. It became part of the parking lot for like
Town.
the company next door or whatever. That was
Yeah.
like right next door to
Yeah.
it. Fucking, but there was an old fucking shack. I guess it was an old tool shed or something.
Oh, I remember that.
But it looked like a little old shack with like one window and one door. And fucking, they said some old crazy old man like used to live in there and used to be like the groundskeeper or something. I forget the story. I forget the story. They tore it down when I was in like
What's the scariest thing
fourth
that's
or
ever
fifth
happened to
grade.
you in your
So,
life?
scariest thing that ever happened to me?
Yeah.
Oh hell, I don't remember. Oh, hell, I don't remember. I mean, I've always been nervous heights, so fucking. I always get pretty scared when shit like that comes up. Or I always used to be really nervous going out on those fishing docks. You know, the metal ones that are on pontoons.
Yeah.
I used to get really fucking nervous doing that. I was like, I'm going in the water today.
I've seen some creepy stuff in my time. When my great grandfather died.
Well, the scariest things, I guess, it's shit I can't remember. Like I told you that story of when I was like 2, and my mother had put that hot cup of tea up on the
I'm talking like paranormal
coffee
stuff.
table. Oh, stuff like that. Oh, I thought you meant just scary in general. But no, freaking, she put that hot cup of tea up there, pulled it off, and a whole cup of tea to a freaking 2-year-old is like fucking a 5-gallon bucket. Fucking shirt stuck to my skin and shit. I'm glad I can't remember that pain. Fuck all that. But supernatural wise,
Job Corps is supposed to be haunted.
freaking, I don't know if somebody was playing me or something, but like my friend Joey, the one that got me into drinking and shit.
Yeah.
Or, well, he's the one I was hanging out with when I got into it, at least. Freaking, he's really into those ghost hunting apps. Like he's pretty avid about it, and you know, where we live in freaking that area I live in Rutland, there's like fucking 500 graveyards around that area.
Yeah. Well,
So I told he asked me where the closest one was, and the only one I could actually remember is over on Meadow Street.
So you guys walked
And
in?
I was living on River Street at the time, so it wasn't very far away. So I said, "Fuck it, let's." He said, "Oh, let's walk over there. Go check it out. Let's go. Take the freaking ghost app. Let's go walk around the graveyard." I think
What
we
happened?
did that once. Can't remember. I think we did that once. Somebody freaking it happened. Nothing, but
that's not good.
not that I can remember. No, I don't remember anything eventful actually happened. But he tried to freak me out with the fucking ghost apps and shit.
I don't think
He was saying we were getting big blips and shit. I don't know if I even trust those ghost apps on your phone. Like, how the hell is that supposed to?
Yeah, I don't believe them.
It's like downloading the Fish Finder app on your freaking phone. Like, how the hell is that actually supposed to
Yeah.
tell me where the fish are in in the water?
The fish finders actually the ones you put on your boat and they go in the water.
Oh, fuck that hurt. He was so mad at Nathan one day, actually, freaking, because he'd caught a huge fish, right? Caught a huge fish, and he had it fucking probably, maybe not huge, but it was like a good fucking 6 pounds or something. It was bigger than he'd caught in a long time, right? Fucking, he had it in a cooler. He wanted to keep it alive for a little while. He was even gonna maybe stick it in his fish tank, which wasn't even really big enough for it to do much in, but. But he had one of those, what do you fucking call those little things that look like an ice pack, but they have a hose on it, and fucking it has a motor, and fucking creates oxygen in the water so the fish can stay alive.
Mm-hmm.
One of those things. And it made quite a bit of noise. And Nathan heard it, and he's like, "Oh, shit, Dad forgot to turn something off in the boat. I'm going to go turn it off for him." He climbs up in the boat and turns it off, and the fish died.
Did you eat it?
No, no, I can't even remember what species it was. It was like a trout or something. But freaking, he buried it in the garden, and then fucking neighborhood cats dug it up. Oh, he was pissed about that too, because he buried it in his garden where freaking he wasn't digging up any of his plants and shit.
Yeah.
He didn't have a very big garden. It was just big enough for like a couple of cucumber plants, a couple of tomato plants, a couple of rhubarb plants. When the cats dug it up, they fucking tore up half his garden. Oh, he was pissed. He was pissed.
I bet you he was waiting for those motherfuckers.
Well, they were just sprouted. They had just sprouted. Like, they weren't even full-grown plants yet. They had just sprouted. He was fucking mad.
Bet you a couple of neighborhood cats went dismissing that day.
Well, the worst thing that happened in that fucking house having to do with animals is probably when some fucking wild dog or something fucking right in the middle of our driveway, right where the sun hits that part of the driveway like all day, freaking tore up the skunk. Fucking just like tore him apart. Broke the stink sack too. And this was like 4th of July weekend or something. Right? So freaking and it was like one of the hottest summers I think I'd ever seen. Fucking up in the 90s. Freaking I was probably only 10, which means they were younger than I was. And fucking we called them. Freaking it was like Friday night that it happened. Saturday we found it, and we smelled it, and nobody was gonna come to scrape it up. They called the city. Nobody was gonna come to scrape it up until after. It was a 3-day weekend, so until Tuesday, like I think.
Why didn't you guys do it?
Because none of us wanted. Well, they weren't gonna have us kids do it, and and my dad had a weak stomach. He said, "No, fuck that. I ain't getting near it. Fuck all that." So, and we didn't even have an air conditioner.
Ooh.
So we didn't have an air conditioner. So we usually kept our windows open. Not that weekend. That weekend we sweated our asses off.
What's the grossest? Well, we had a neighborhood mental case in our neighborhood. My neighbor used to take in stray cats.
Oh, yeah.
And she would feed them, like, she'd have a big old bucket, and they'd all eat in one area. And
ew.
They'd have tons of kittens. And
I'm not sure. What's that?
They'd have tons of kittens, and she must have had, like, 50 cats.
And they'd all piss all over the yard and shit?
No, that's not the fucked up part. So, one of the neighborhood kids, it wasn't me, it wasn't anybody in my family. There used to be woods between our houses.
Uh-huh.
And, like, someone, like, cut their heads off and put them on
Oh,
six.
I thought you meant the old lady was the basket case, but somebody in the neighborhood used to freaking take the cats and cut their heads off?
Yeah, some kid or some human would literally, like, I remember what Rusty told us, is like, we saw it, and he's like, get away from there. They cut the heads off, put them on sticks, put the sticks in the ground. There's like 6 cats. It happened to like 10 of them, but there was 6 one day and 4 the other day.
That's fucked up.
I'm telling you, it's fun.
You had a psycho living there. Jesus Christ.
How you guys all doing in there? We're just talking old times.
Weird shit. Fucking but no, I didn't even know the story was going that way. What I was gonna say was, I'm not sure if it can happen up here, but there was an old bear.
Ew.
Right? It caused this disease. You know, humans weren't affected by it.
What was affected by it?
Dogs. Well, probably other animals too, but we had like 3 puppies die from it. Freaking, the doctor said he actually had a name for it, like it was a common thing down there. If it was enough ammonia and other shit.
Your family never had good luck with puppies.
Well, no. It was just down there, but it was a sickness that if a puppy was a certain age and it hadn't had all its shots yet, all the immunizations, it would die. Fucking, when one of the puppies that died that way, he was only like, he wasn't even a year old yet, but he already had other health problems, like joint pain and shit. He was just born funny. And
did you call him Lucky?
You know, I actually think that might have been his name. I can't remember now.
That's an ironic
It
name.
was either, it was either Buddy or it was Lucky. It was one of those. It was something like that. I think it might have been
that,
Lucky. I think it might have been. We didn't name him either. We got it from my cousin, the one that weighed over 400 pounds.
That's a big guy.
Well, he weighed like 500 fucking 6 months before his death or whatever.
That boy needed to learn how to go. Not the
Well,
dead.
he died of a short illness. I can't remember what it was, but he had like heart issues like right before his death, and he lost like a shit ton of weight. Like he probably only weighed about my size by the time he died. Like, and he lost that in like 2-3 weeks.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like fucking dropped right off.
That's
Or maybe they sucked it out so they could get to his heart or something. I don't know. I'm not even trying to make a joke. I'm just saying maybe they had to
500
maybe they had to
pounds.
do that so they could get to his organs.
That's a big dude.
It is a big dude. But anyway, no, we got the dog from him, and the other two. Well, one of them, she was probably over a year old. She just hadn't had her shots yet.
Mm-hmm.
And poor fucking thing. We had just brought her down from up here, and freaking. It was the first day in that house. We were moving our shit in, and we just tied her up in the backyard so she was out of the way. Right? Fucking, my mother goes out there to give her a bowl of water, dead. And it was only like 2, maybe 3 hours later. I tell you, that was like some zombie apocalypse shit.
Wasn't on the ground, dude. Wasn't healthy.
What's that?
When it was on the ground, it wasn't very healthy.
Well, yeah, like it never went away. Like between the span of all like these 3 puppies we had die, it was like more than a year. So like even the winter wouldn't kill it off, right? Fucking, it was just stuck in the atmosphere, like in the earth or in the air of that backyard, and wasn't even the front yard. It was just in that backyard.
You sure it wasn't snakes?
No bite marks, no nothing. They just dropped dead.
Some freaky ass shit.
I forgot the doctor had a name for it. I can't remember what it was.
Everyone in here, hit the like button. Don't forget, subscribe. We're trying to get to 60. Yeah. How's the weather and where you guys live?
I think my dad found out because I think by the time the third one dies, he's like, "Fuck that! I'm taking this body to a vet and find out what the fuck it died from." Third shift is showing up. See you soon.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, governor.
1 hour ago.
How's the weather in Pulteney?
Fucking Pulteney.
It says 5 people are watching us, but it only shows me Keith.
Well,
6 people.
I just came. I just exited and went back in and refreshed, so it should show me too.
It looks like the chat's screwing up. Everyone in here say hi, so I know who's in here. Yeah, it just says Keith in here. That's weird. That says what's up. I'll drop down the floor. Bonnie, oh hi. Yeah, we're talking about weird pet experiences.
Well,
What's the weirdest? It was like an enclosed thing with a windshield.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Keith. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of fun this snow. So yeah, we were snowmobiling and we were like, I don't know, young. We were like 8 or 9.
Oh yeah.
We were little.
Right.
So Rusty was going riding the snowmobile down this trail, and it was one of those trails where the bank was like right up here. It was higher than the trail, and the coyote was on the hill. So all he had to do is like jump in the.
Oh yeah.
So Rusty's like looks at it. Oh fuck! He had a caboose on. It was heavy. It was made out of metal. It was big.
Yeah.
So he couldn't go very fast. So, what do you think Rusty did?
Kept going. I don't know.
He went up the hill with a caboose and chased the coyote.
Why?
I don't know. That was pretty funny though.
Yeah. Let me go chase the thing with the freaking long teeth and the claws.
And one time when I was on the back of the snowmobile with him, we had to like, it wasn't a coyote, it was like a house dog chasing us.
Oh yeah.
And he got smart and he carried a pistol.
Uh-huh.
This house dog was huge. It was like right on our ass. Like I could reach my hand out and touch the dog. We were going that close. So Rusty whips out his pistol and goes, boom!
Actually kills it?
No, he was scared it. You never saw a dog run backwards so fast.
Shit.
Hi.
Hey, Tony Clark. Who's that? Somebody you know?
Yeah, someone else I know. Yep.
What's
Let's
up,
go.
guy?
Brandon, Keith, and Tony I went to school with. Bonnie is Angela's mother. Yep. Don't forget to hit the like button. And sub.
I did that already.
I do live streams 6 nights a week, excluding Saturday.
Why are you shaking that like that?
For all your entertainment. So, Tony, what you been up to? Still living in Benson? Or was it Benson, Bennington? I don't fucking remember where he lives. No, it's Benson. Alright, last I knew where you lived. Oh, gosh, I farted pretty bad.
Nasty son of a bitch.
Don't be afraid to talk, guys. And hit that button. So is Angela lost in the snow?
No.
No, she hasn't. She doesn't get out yet. She gets out in about 30 minutes.
39 minutes.
Oh my gosh!
Yep.
Fucking right down to the minute.
Oh, I just saw the number, so I was like, 39 minutes.
You still live in Benson. What else you been up to? Keith, you gonna build a snowman? Yeah, we're thinking about attempting to go to the store after Angela gets out of work.
It's gonna be a hell of a trip, huh?
Yep.
Hopefully you don't get stuck again.
Don't say that.
Don't jinx it.
Don't share that.
Oh.
One Miss SUV. Yeah, you guys all missed it. We had a paranormal activity. You heard what was it, 20 minutes ago?
A little longer than that, I think.
It sounds like someone was walking in an attic.
Sounded like somebody was knocking in one of the bedrooms or something, knocking on the door.
Yeah, it was pretty scary.
He almost pissed his pants.
Dude, do you see what I've seen? You would piss your pants too.
Oh, poor baby.
A ghost can lay the biggest smackdown on your ass than you've ever seen by a human.
Oh, Christ.
It'll pick you up and pin you against the ceiling and choke you. Oh, yeah. You want me to tell that story on the live stream?
What story?
That story I didn't want to tell you because it was creepy.
What story?
The ghost story. The most scariest one.
Alright, well, give me a minute.
Hold on a minute. He has to get his drink because he's dusty. Yeah, I'll tell the story in a minute, Keith. Still gives me shivers. Okay, you ready now? Fucking grandma. Yeah, I want to tell it so everyone knows.
All right, go ahead and just start telling it. I can hear
So I was hanging. Well, I don't know if I was hanging or living at Keith's house, but I was at Keith's house. I don't remember what. And I was sleeping in his downstairs living room,
you. Yeah.
and he has this. He had this dog, little lassie dog,
Oh, collie.
a
Yeah.
little miniature one.
Oh, a small one. Yeah, like a border. I think they call them border collies. Something like
I
that.
don't know what she was, but they used to have a board, um, so they couldn't get in the living room.
Yeah.
If you get its long hair on its couches and shit.
Yeah.
So I just want to place that into the story because it will make sense down the road. So he had a big screen TV. I think it was one of those boxy ones.
Or the ones with the whole
Big
box
the
in the
big
back.
big TVs with
The
the
old
big
school
the
ones.
heavy ass ones. So I was watching TV. He was upstairs sleeping, of course. You know, this was like at 2:30, 3 o'clock at night.
Mhm.
And in front of his house, there's a street lamp. So I'm trying to paint the picture of the scenery.
Mhm.
So he sleeps upstairs. I was downstairs, and he lives in the whole house where the stairs crick.
Oh yeah.
So I was laying there. I was like half asleep type shit. Like you're laying there,
Yeah.
like kind of like weird. So I heard something coming downstairs, so I thought it was Keith. It was dark, completely dark in there, except the light on the street. You could see a little bit coming in, and the TV glare.
Mhm.
So I heard it coming downstairs. This black figure walked like this. It walked straight, not like you stepping over a board or something. It was a board, so the dog couldn't get in.
Yeah.
It went like this. At the point, I thought it was tall. So I thought it was Keith.
Mhm.
And it walked straight, looked towards the street because the living room was right next to the street.
Yeah.
It just barely stopped right out of the glare of the TV. So I'm sitting there because I thought Keith slept walked. So I'm like, Keith, Keith, Keith. And it just like didn't like turn around like a human. It just went like this. It walked, and because in his house he goes like a room, then a kitchen.
Uh huh.
So I walked up towards the doorway from the other room, and I looked through, and I'm like, "Who is that Keith?" So I followed into the next room, and got to the kitchen, and the light turned on, and I saw this black figure, and his mom like said, "Vanessa, if you're in the chat or if Keith's in the chat, they had this problem with this like black dark figure in his house. You remember that, Keith?"
He has two comments. Like person you thought was in my house, and you
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
it
that's
was
the
me.
story. Yeah,
You don't need to. I just thought of it.
but yeah, that was the creepy. That was creepy. I forget I forget if I woke Keith up or Vanessa. I forget, but it was freaky. I remember telling him that. And he has the scariest garage in your life. It's like that old like looks like it's like abandoned building color.
Oh yeah.
It's dark and it has like a
You mean like old fucking rickety wood that's still like unpainted and it's like
yeah,
brown and shit?
yeah. It's a dirt floor. It's fucking creepy in there. That's like
What?
sorry for the younger viewers.
Okay.
I'm
Anyway,
gonna
what
slap
were you
your
saying?
fucking ass.
What were you saying, dude? About the abandoned barn.
It was just creepy. Nothing ever happened.
Ace of Rainbow.
Oh, you talking about when I was work? Oh, there's another one. Thank you, Brandon, for telling me for reminding me of that. Okay, we're back. So, Brandon reminded me. I used to have that little green car.
Wasn't that the shitty one with the fucking hole in the floorboards?
Yeah, it was a shitty car. So I was working flagging up in Woodstock. I'll never forget this road. I was sitting in my car, contractor. We were doing lines, and I'm sitting there, and it's like a dirt road. Are you listening?
Yeah.
I know everyone else is listening. I'm sitting there, and when I told my mom, she kind of like she remembered like seeing it or like kind of knew something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I told her, she was just like, not like everyone else. Like response was like, "I'm crazy" or whatever. So I'm sitting there in my car. I have my radio, my work radio, right in the center console, just for the other flyers, a mile or so down the road.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting on this dirt road, just sitting there. It's like early in the morning. I'm sitting there like, I want this day to get over with. I hate my life. And it's on a dirt road, and one of the sides of this dirt road was during the like where leaves and shit were, so you couldn't see off the road very good.
Uh-huh.
Big ass fucking. I don't know. I've hunted. I've seen a lot of animals. This thing was like big and black and scary looking.
Yeah.
With the creepy red eyes. And it started walking towards my car. The contractor was coming from the other way. It was like a little hill.
Uh-huh.
And he stops his truck. He literally was like going like 20 or something. You could hear his brakes lock up. He looks at me. I'm like looking at him. Wasn't like a bear or anything. So I'm sitting there. I was like frozen in fear. I'm like, oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Guess what he does?
What?
Fucking burns out going backwards. Leaves me there with this thing. I'm sitting there. It comes to the front fender of my car and looks at me. Like, well, not like an animal looks at you, like a fucking like
A person would stare at you.
like it was like this. Like dead stare. For like I felt like for years or hours. I'm sitting there looking at this thing, I'm like, fuck. I'm sitting in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna die today. So it goes in front of the car, goes up the hill, and there was like a little clearing. It was like a little stone wall. Goes up in the clearing. Stands up on its stands up
Yeah.
and lets this beller out like
A bellow, like a howl or something.
yeah. And it wasn't like a it was like something like it was like a high pitched fucking
Like a screech.
yeah, it was something like I never heard of it. And this thing was like it was the eyes were fucked up, the skin was fucked up, the fur was fucked up. It wasn't like an animal where
Describe the whole thing again. Like, it's a four-legged animal?
it was on four legs when it came over the bushes.
Right.
When the contractor we saw it, it was walking on all fours.
And if you had to describe it, what would it look a little more like? What would look closer to a cat or like a canine?
Neither. Its ass was big,
Okay.
but like
Maybe like a
it
bear
saw.
almost?
I've seen bears. I've seen cougars. I've seen all that shit.
I'm saying if you had to compare it to another animal.
Another animal.
Mm-hmm. What did it look close to?
Didn't have a snout of a bear. It had like a face.
Really?
And it had stripes on it. Red eyes. Sharp teeth. And the fucking thing was just like scary, dude. You would shot yourself. I almost did. The
So
contractor did.
so what happened? It just comes up and it stares at.
Yeah.
It's like you're jerking off every time you do that.
So it gets up in the field and just like does its thing, and then all of a sudden it just like kind of walks
Like on its
No.
hind legs still?
on its hind leg, walks.
Just walks like on its shit. Maybe you found Bigfoot. Maybe Bigfoot's
No,
scarier
that wasn't
than people
Big-
think.
That wasn't no Bigfoot.
I know. I'm just kidding. Maybe you found El Chupacabra.
Then I was doing some interesting things. There's a place that imports animals for people to shoot them,
Yeah. I'm listening.
like a reserve or something where people go out and shoot them.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "Is it this? Is it from Africa?" And I was like, "No. Something's fishy in Woodstock." If they brought a weird creature they found over to Vermont to shoot it and didn't shoot it and it's running around Woodstock.
So was it one of those illegal ones, or was it actually a legal reserve?
It's illegal.
Oh, it's an illegal reserve.
Yeah, it's like a business that they bring in weird shit to
Yeah,
shoot.
but what I'm saying, but some of those reserves are illegal because some of the animals they bring in are like endangered and shit.
Well, that animal, I don't know. I've never seen it.
So what I'm saying is, was it this reserve you're talking about? Was it a legal one? Like
Yeah, it's legit. It's a legit business. So yeah, that was a creepy. Still to this day, I don't know what it was. Kind of looked like a squirrel's body, kind of, sort of.
a squirrel's body, but huge.
Yeah, like a squirrel fucking jacked up on fucking steroids. This contractor, I talk to him every once in a while. He's like, "You remember that?" Sort of. He thinks it's a chupacabra. I don't know what it is.
I just heard they're kind of like dog.
What's that?
That's all. It's like a cart. Oh. It's like a cartoon picture of it.
It looks similar, but not the spiky things on the back.
Well, that's just a common one of those lures of it that has spikes on its back. Some people draw it differently. But I know it had the red out. It has the red eyes, and it's what it has a face instead of a snout. Here, here's one thing that comes up, but I don't even know what the fuck type of animal this is supposed to be.
It looks.
Fuck's fucking stupid. Here's it getting a kill.
A sheep.
He's having a bad day.
So what's everyone else is doing in the chat?
Look at this one. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Looks like a snout or whatever.
Looks like a Wolverine.
Wolverines ain't nothing to fuck with neither.
Who's in here still? Ask some questions. Get
This
some
thing
topics.
looks like a fucking monkey that got its head bashed in or something.
It hit the ugly branch all the way down.
Looks like a fucked up version of Scooby-Doo.
It does.
Here's this thing. Looks like a fucking rat mixed with a coyote or something. Oh, wait, what was this thing? It almost sounds like what you were talking about.
That looks very similar. Show it to the camera. That's what. Actually, that's the closest thing I can see. I remember ever seeing. Hold on. Don't believe me, Brandon. I wish I took a picture of it. I sold it for all that money. But when you're scared, you're not thinking about taking a fucking picture. We're back.
Sadly.
You did it.
Chill.
You did it yourself.
Fucking chill.
That's like putting a gun in.
Fucking chill.
I'm gonna chill. You spill it on my laptop. you gonna die.
Right, I'll just throw it in your face.
That's a death sentence too. 96 minutes we've been on.
Yep. 10:40 and all is well. Give it 5 or 10 minutes. We should probably.
I'll cut it off right now.
So we can start getting ready to go.
We'll cut it off now, so we have time to get out. Shovel the car. So thanks you guys for watching the live stream. See you tomorrow at 7.
Don't forget.
So like, subscribe. We're gonna
Check out Failing It Live.
I was gonna do that.
Oh, I didn't know.
Thank you for fucking up every last like. Bye.
It's part of your thing, or it's part of my thing.
Like, subscribe. We're trying to get to 60 likes, and I know everyone enjoys us that much. 60 likes. I'm just gloating. Just joking. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. Follow Failing That Life. And remember, this is the Mad Vermonter. See you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock.
Peace.